Alrighty. I'm gonna solve this case. September 7, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 1. Oh, hello there. It's nice to be back. It's been like, what, 2 days or something? Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Oh no, I'm gonna run out of voices. Shit. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Ara. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Please begin, or let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Yo. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down in the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. That's a pretty decent map, actually. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. She has to be able to lift it, though. The court accepts the statue as evidence. Still calling it a statue. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Maya Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Pheonix Wright. Hey, what's up? I saw you. Nice to see you again. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Shh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I was swatting a fly away. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Maya Fey's arrest. Alright, let's see. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer. I merely messaged. We had a witness account describing her. Press! Hold on, just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You did say it. Everyone's like, come on. Exactly what about the suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. And please, for love of God, just get everything right the first time. I hate going through this 50 times. After scaring the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on the piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Okay, but she died instantly. It says in the autopsy report, she died instantly. Hey, like that. That's my hard evidence. Your hard evidence is worth crap. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor. Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? Because otherwise we wouldn't be able to progress in a video game. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Ting ting. Found a memo. Yeah, okay, well, guess what? It says she died instantly. That's not possible. Objection! Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course you wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. Meanwhile, Maya Fey is just sitting there. She's dead. She died immediately. But... No butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately would have had the time to write anything down. Miles, what? Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day of the murder. Pretty sure it was the day of the murder. You're wrong there, pal! We didn't write an autopsy report till the day after. Oh, right. Prosecution's point being... You smug bastard. That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. Technically, I did comment on this earlier, so I guess I can't really fault him. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham! Detective's a sham! I'm a sham! Alright. I don't think any of these are a good answer. I mean... I don't know. I guess I'll insult the detective. Detective Gumshoe! You're a sham! How could you give me a faulty report? Huh? I thought... Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. What? But, Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Yay! Court accepts the evidence. May have lived for... I mean, it says may, though. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? What are you talking about? She's... Fair enough. Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Oh, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay and Company law offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw, and please refrain from nicknaming everyone. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know.
And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy.
Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any.
Well, wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you?
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yes, obviously.
I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination, which is a normal part of doing law. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
Ding ding. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, and then, ooh, woman with long hair being attacked. One attacking her was a mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair.
Dodged to one side and ran away. Okay, but nope. That's that. Okay, there we go. Don't worry, I figured it out. Let's see. Hold the conversation. Names. Alright. Let me check that. Alright, so if she dodged to one side and ran away, she wouldn't have been at the window. I'm gonna press. She dodged? Dodged what?
Well, the attack.
Please continue your testimony. Alright, well, let's just press her for more info on this.
Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing.
And the person attacking her. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna press her on everything. How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Like, look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. That's right.
Still, I mean, I question the testimony.
I might get a ding, though, because I don't have something I can present. Technically, there were two there. I don't know. I might get dinged. Oh well. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that
You're lying.
Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
You're...
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique.
Yeah.
No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. Meanwhile, Maya's in the fucking defendant. Like, hey! However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. I was there! She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
Rawr, what are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise. Wink.
God, I hate her. Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her.
Alright, it's version 2.
I I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her, and she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, the kind of statue-y clock? The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Teehee.
Okay, but how would you know it was a clock? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
How did you know it was a clock, Miss April May?
Uh-huh. Had it, All right, Miss May. What you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer.
You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Ooh, you're...
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question. No! But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Phew! That was close. You stopped me there. The trial would be over.
Huh? What? So what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Faye and Company.
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Faye and Company, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock, could she? Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No. No, Your Honor. Can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because...
Ha! That's right! The stuff was taken out of it! It doesn't have the stuff in it anymore!
It couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. Okay, let me just... Hold on, just check this real quick. Papers. I had to take out the clockwork. Okay, so how do I describe that in this one? It's empty, it's broken, batteries are dead. I'm gonna say empty? That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just take a look, right now. Oh. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar! Fat! Well, Miss May? Oh, God, what? Tisk, tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? Before. If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clock was... Yes! Yes, I can! Yes, I can! Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clock was removed is this phone call. Oh, shit. Damn it. No, just... present. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone.
Thanks. Ooh, you have a girly phone.
Oh, wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gunshoe overlooked it. The detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. Man, that picture is great. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry.
September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Except it's wrong! Yes, I do.
Yeah.
The witness claims she had seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Oh, shit. Let's see. Made by Larry Butts. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores!
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse.
Oh!
Oh? Excuses not on sale today?
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, alright, you...
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it! Die!
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witnesses will remain calm.
Oh, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Teehee, wink.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Have a look at this.
Yeah! Ooh, that?
I found this in Miss May's room. You know, completely foregoing, like, the due process of law and everything like that. This game doesn't know what that is. Who cares if you're disturbing a crime scene? It's whatever. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia's phone, were you not?
Ooh.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant? I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can't you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. Proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. It's this. It's right there. Let's see. What time is it? It's a clock made to look like the statue. It's right there! Yeah! Wait, they heard it! I have to present it again? That's silly. Present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me.
Again? What's it this time?
It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the Thinker was a clock. And am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. She is. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer.
It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it?
Yes. Now she's doing crocodile tears. That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Well, she didn't do it. Spoiler alert, it wasn't her. Granted, we saw the murderer, so, you know. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity-tapping irrelevant?
God, she's saying exactly what Edgewood wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone?
Ha!
I'll just see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course, I can and will.
You can't be serious, no way.
Way, I say. Way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy, wink.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. But this still makes her testimony suspicious. So where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's phone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, think of something. Call the bellboy as a witness. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunk in quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy. But why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition.
What? It doesn't... Why is he calling the shots? Why is he making conditions?
Miles. Edgy poo. Stop it. I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? No! Why is there a give-up option? Fine. Alright, I've got nothing to lose. Except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Let's do this. Fool. You fell right into my trap. You activated my trap card. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Why did he bring the tray? He's not, like, serving the court, is he? Do I get a free drink? Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That Jesus was rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. Can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now. I will be finished. Okay. Time to press him. 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9. Murder. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought to the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embarrasser, sir. An embrasser. Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. That was pretty fishy to me. I think Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there.
Is that it?
Tisk tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? I have to protest. Wait! Please wait! Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all.
Okay, this is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about?
Oh yeah, there was more than one person there. So, check-in. Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in, Miss May. Oh, all right. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl. So, it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me, what exactly was a disappointment? Well, I'm not without charm, sir. And even I'd have little chance with her lover there. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir.
I love the eye shake in this animation. She's just like, ugh. You fool. Done it. I've won.
Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was the man with Miss May. Come on. The man who checked in with Miss May. Were you hoping I'd forget? Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. Why, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Whew. Man. Ooh, things are getting intense in the Pheonix Wright fandom. September 7th, 2:24 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1.
Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there.
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
You're also my only fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know?
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine.
If you say so.
So what happened with me?
Do I get to go home now? Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May, he's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning the charms will work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I might have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis.
Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise.
I'm counting on you.
Ask for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. The victim dodged an attack that ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in the detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued! Aw, man! Things are getting real intense. And we're not even camping. Man, that was really tough. The Edgeworth was really trying to get my goat. And by that, I mean my defendant client person. Whew. Craziness. Absolutely crazy. But it's fine. I mean, I was absolutely on top of everything all the time. I never had any doubts at all. And not just because I played it before, you know, I just believe in the evidence so much, and it was just, I trusted in the heart of the cards. So, yeah, this should be easy to do, right? Nothing at all could throw a wrench into the easiness of this testimony that we will get from this other person. It'll be super easy. Right?